Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. It's Mondays with Mallory, with KTIK 95.3 FM The Ticket's John Mallory. Listen to Idaho Sports Talk with Prater in the Ballgame, weekdays from 3 to 6 on 95.3 FM The Ticket and online at KTIK.com. Now, here's Johnny Ballgame and BJ Rains with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
That's right. It is Mondays with Mallory. John Mallory is here. My name is BJ Rains. We're in the Cutwater Canned Cocktail Studios here in Meridian, and we appreciate you for checking us out here. Bronco Nation News Live, BroncoNationNews.com, presented by Rowpaint.com. Johnny, you're there, downtown Boise, the Rowpaint Studios, man. Happy Monday to you.
Not only happy Monday, but happy Halloween to you, BJ.
That's
and
right,
going to be a lot of trick-or-treaters, a lot of costumes tonight, World Series, Monday Night Football. We get Dirk Koetter, we get Andy Avalos, we get Spencer Danielson on the press conference day. Today it's BYU week. It might be the final Boise State BYU week. Let's get after it today. There's a lot to talk about.
There is, man. Yeah, our pre-show meeting today lasted like 45 minutes this morning. We had a lot to discuss as we got ready for the show. But no, I excited, thankful that you are on, Johnny, as always. Thanks to JP for helping get you on the air today as well. You guys will be live 3 to 6 today. Plenty for you guys to talk about Monday on Idaho Sports Talk. Prater, Johnny, JP, Bob, the whole crew at 3 o'clock today. But appreciate you, as always, spending a few minutes beforehand talking to us here. And Johnny, obviously, we were talking about, what all we were going to bring up on the show today, and it feels like every Monday it's the same topic, but it's Dirk Koetter and it's Taylen Green and this continued improvement from one week to the next. And here we are again, 305 yards passing for Taylen Green. The offense scores 49 points. And the storylines the last few weeks continue to be the same, man. Holy smokes, as you would say, Taylen Green and Dirk Koetter.
And he's not running the ball. Like, do we stop the narrative of the Boise State running quarterback, BJ? He had 13 yards this week. I can't remember what he had last week, but it wasn't hardly anything either.
About 50 total in the last 3 games after having 100 each in the first 2.
Right? It's not like, they got this athlete who's playing quarterback. No, Dirk Koetter has transformed Taylen Green now to a quarterback who's playing quarterback. And it's a delight. And, I don't know if anybody else in the media has started this narrative, has said this locally. So I don't want to steal anybody's thunder. I'm not, but I think it needs to be discussed now that Dirk Koetter needs to be in the conversation for the Broyles Award, which goes to the top FBS assistant coach in college football every year. People might say, whoa, he came in late. Well, I credit him more for coming in late than getting the opportunity to be the OC going into this season, having a full training camp, making all those decisions then. He had to hit the ground running with this, not only in that respect, but he didn't know whose quarterback was going to be. The starting quarterback of 4 years transferred on him right when he got the gig. Dirk Koetter for the Broyles Award. He should be mentioned. The job he is doing is nothing short of just outstanding. And I think it's going to keep getting better. And it's going to be bittersweet because you only get him for 1 year, but you really got to hold on, right, to that 1 year. And you got to squeeze everything out of this year to hopefully, maintain or develop some type of offensive identity or culture to whoever replaces Dirk, all of a sudden has a lot on his plate to work with. And that can be a big thanks to Dirk Koetter for setting that thing up. But I'll start it right now, BJ. Dirk Koetter for the Broyles Award.
Well, you started at 7:30 last night. I was showing everybody your tweet here, which someone replied with the gif of a weird Britney Spears look. But I don't know what the qualifications are. I don't know if missing the 4 games is too much. But it is crazy. We talked about this again during the pre-show meeting. But you have Dirk Koetter, an NFL head coach, OC, 13 years or whatever it was in the NFL. This dude's working with Matt Ryan, all these like Hall of Fame players leading the Boise State offense. It just seems crazy.
Julio Jones, Mike Evans,
Maurice Jones-Drew, all the guys down there.
I mean, his wealth of the game is showing this, his wealth of.
Is he the most overqualified coordinator in college football right now?
That would be a good list to construct. Who's the most qualified OC for his gig? And if you looked at, Dirk Koetter is an OC for a Mountain West team. I think it would be tough to construct a list. Now, there might be some older coach, too, who has a number of accolades, who just kind of wants to kind of coach like Dirk is and doing that as an OC. But Koetter's on that list, too, BJ. He's kind of stolen this season in a good way, flipped this sucker, and all of a sudden, Boise State's receiving AP votes. Like, what? Are you kidding me? If they run the table and finish 10-2, I think they might creep back into that poll before the Mountain West Championship game if they're lucky enough to play in that sucker. So, yeah, this season is back, and Bronco Nation on a Halloween is feeling really good, as it should. And you look at the schedule, and I know you have, I see winnable games. I don't think they're underdogs or even close to underdogs in any of these games left. I know one trip to Laramie, maybe the Pokes catch them, but other than that, I think they're massive favorites in most of these games. What are they, -7 against BYU?
Yeah, 7.5 now. I've seen Nate Staley. I know it was CSU. We really saw the potential in Taylen Green. Rudy says TG10 is a QB who can run, not a running QB. And I thought a big thing in that last game, Johnny, against Colorado State, was his ability to extend the plays out of the pocket. He's not a statue back there. He moves around. He avoids this, the pressure, but then he's still able to set his feet and make a throw. And there was 3 or 4 times where he'd find a guy, coming across the middle of the field for a 20, 25-yard gain, after he was well outside the pocket. So he's not running per se, but he's using his legs still to, keep the play alive and give the receivers time to get open. I thought that was on full display on Saturday.
I don't know if Dirk is telling him, hey, if you see a lane, we love your athleticism. You're the best athlete on the team. You're the fastest player on the team. Just go. Just go. I don't know if he's saying that or not, but Taylen has had those opportunities, and like most quarterbacks should, in my opinion, always look for the pass. Now, if it's a dire situation and you have to run, then go and move the sticks. But what we're seeing with Taylen, like you said, moving around, manipulating the pocket, and even if there's not a pocket to manipulate, he's finding a way. And it's nice being 6'5". You don't necessarily need passing lanes, right? You can see over dudes, and he's doing that. And Taylen Green is doing think of great quarterbacks at that size, finding the open receiver instead of making the quick decision like he's always done probably in his life. If I can run, I'm going to run because nobody can catch me. He's not doing that. BJ, he's still looking downfield, and that's why you throw for 300 yards in a game. You don't take the cheap runs to get a 7-yard gain and get a first down. No, you look downfield and you get a splash play, splash play. BJ, how many 10, 15 plus completed passes did Taylen Green have on Saturday? I mean, as far as like splash plays are concerned, you probably know that stat.
He had 7 completions of at least 20 yards.
Yeah, 7? Yeah, 7 completions of 20 yards. That's essentially 2 per quarter. And in this game, the game wasn't even a game anymore in the fourth quarter. Sam Vidlak was in. So essentially, Taylen Green did that in 3 quarters, BJ. So he's completing over 2 20-yard pass plays each quarter. Tough to beat when you have a really good defense too, which is crazy. Like I'm doing it on Idaho Sports Talk. You're probably doing it on Bronco Nation News. Like the defense. All of a sudden, everyone's just talking about the O again, and the defense obviously having an outstanding season as well.
Yeah, and I do want to play some highlights of the game as we're talking about this. Colin Mitchell and Jaden Finch, my two outstanding associate reporters, part-time employees, however you want to phrase it, at Bronco Nation News, are doing a great job.
Are you paying the Finchy kid now?
He's my intern.
Yeah, nice.
He's my intern. I'm taking care of him a little bit. We don't need to call me out here on the air. Maybe I'll take some of your pay and pay him if I need to, but we'll see here. But Johnny, obviously it was a perfect night for football, but I did want to mention Taylen Green's numbers. Cedric Mentor, by the way, they're firing up the crowd with the blue collar or with the blue chaos flag before the game. But you look at the 4 games for Taylen Green, Johnny. First game, he was only 5 of 10. That game against San Diego State, dude, his first start, he was 5 of 10 passing the football in his first start for 48 yards. Think about that. 4 weeks ago, he started a Mountain West game and won by passing 5 of 10 for 48 yards and no touchdowns. Fresno State, he went up to 10 of 18 for 127. Air Force, 16 of 24 for 227. And now 24 of 30 for 305 yards. I mean, he has made significant jumps, almost 100 passing yards per game increase every game. The completions are up. The attempts are up. Everything is up. I mean, how much improvement can he continue to make, man?
Well, he can go to the NFL, I mean, that's as far as he can go, essentially, right? I mean, that's what he probably wants to do, and Dirk Koetter probably wants to help him get there. Boise State would love to have a quarterback who's drafted in 2-3 years or whatever that is. They got to keep him here in Boise first, but yeah, I think he can just keep this ascension to becoming, a legit, first team all conference caliber quarterback here in the Mountain West. And
look at this throw. Eric McAllister.
But Koetter must love McAllister. I'm going to talk to him about that today, because since Koetter has taken over, we've seen McAllister be more of a focal point in this offense, and the kid is delivering.
Here's Green. This was the play to Riley Smith. Nice catch down, keeps his foot in bounds. Don't know where the penalty was here. He spins the ball. He celebrates right here. He starts walking off the field, and I think we cut away from it. But as he's walking off, the ref just decides, you know what? I'm going to throw the flag anyway, and here it comes.
Yeah, that was weird.
I didn't get that one, but I guess we should talk about the defense, man. 5 sacks. They held Colorado State to 3 rushing yards. I know Colorado State's offense was terrible coming in, man, but Boise State did exactly what they should have done. Look at Divine Obucheri just throwing that guy to the ground there.
I hate the narrative of, but it's Colorado State. Like, that performance doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't impress anyone. It's Colorado State. When they act like that's a program that doesn't hand out athletic scholarships, that narrative needs to go away, in my opinion, in sports talk. It's too prevalent. It's all over the place, and I think it's stupid, man. This is what a good team does to a bad team. This is what a team that's rolling does to a team that's struggling, right? You beat the crap out of them, and that's what Boise State did. Now, if Boise State would have squeaked by this one, and the narrative was, hey, a win is a win is a win, that's another thing, then you could say, dude, it was against Colorado State, and they barely won. Not that impressive. What was Boise State supposed to do? Not play the game? What was Colorado State supposed to do? Not show up? Like, stop with that stuff. That's what a good team does to a team that's struggling. Give them a lot of credit for completely dissecting anything Colorado State had or wanted to do and just being the better football team in every phase and, going along with what's turning into a fun season for this town. Stop with the but it's Colorado State, so I don't even count it. It means nothing. I hate how fans do that, man. And maybe I even do it too. I'm a fan as well. We do it too much.
I paused the video for a second to let you go on your rant there. But what did you make of this was the Taylen Green 10-yard touchdown run here. We're on the wrong side of the field to get the perfect angle, but a couple nice juke moves here.
I like the crowd, first off. I mean, that's a scenic Albertson Stadium for you. And then obviously, boom, boom, shimmy, shake and bake. Yeah, I'm 6'6". I'm bigger than just about every single person on your front 7 Colorado. I'm sorry, in your back 7 Colorado State. you're going to have a handful. Oh, and by the way, I'm quicker and I'm faster than you. Taylen Green's going to do a lot of that in his career.
We had the defensive line that we talked about being without George Tarlas for the season. You know, Isaiah Banya transfers an hour before the game. You didn't have Scott Matlock. You didn't have Jackson Cravens. I thought they played really, really well. Here's another dime from Taylen Green. You can see the angle right there. It gets down inside the red zone. And then George Jelani. Oh, by the way, Johnny, he's pretty good. 108 yards rushing for George Jelani. Again, Boise State now 11-0, I believe, in George Jelani's career when he rushes for 100 yards. Man, keep that guy on the field, and you're going to give him the ball, and you're going to win the game.
BJ, I see 3 or 4 potential first-team All-Mountain West players on this offense. Now, not anybody in the receiving game, but, a couple of offensive linemen, Taylen Green possibly, as crazy as that sounds. Find me a quarterback in 4 weeks who might be having a better year. I know Hayner's back, so maybe you give it to him, but there's not any other. You're not going to give it to Andrew Peasley. And he's up there too with Wyoming. The quarterback play in the Mountain West this year has been atrocious. Someone's going to capitalize off that. But George Jelani, Brad Roberts, I don't know who else is in the conversation, has the numbers to be a first-team Mountain West running back. I think George Jelani's going to get that this year, BJ. He's healthy. He's running well. And are you kidding me? This offense with what Taylen Green and Dirk Koetter can create in the passing game, and then to have that safety blanket, security blanket in George Jelani in the running game. And by the way, that Genty kid, he's pretty good too. This offense is going places, and I can't believe I'm saying that.
Dayton says, what about a Mountain West freshman of the year too? You could have the freshman of the year in Green, right?
I don't know enough about the other team's freshmen yet, BJ, but I can tell you, if Taylen Green, he's got 3 more Mountain West games. If he stars in all 3 and leaves a good taste in everybody's mouth, the voters' mouths at the end of the season, I mean, maybe you just give it to, I don't know, maybe it's Genty. I don't know if Genty can win it over Green, though. Can he? I think if a Boise State is going to have a Mountain West freshman of the year, I think it would probably be Taylen Green at this point, but who knows? I'm not sure about what the other teams have.
Got some love on the chat for Cortez Hogan's. He played pretty well coming in, taking in for George Tarlas. Chris V says he thinks Divine Obucheri should see some of Tarlas's snaps at D end. I'm not sure you want a 300-pound. Maybe you do. He's built more to be a D tackle, a nose guard in there. Maybe in some situations you could put him on the outside, but I think he's built better for the inside. Clint saying, look at that footwork for Taylen, his feet, the way the ball just shoots out. He's just special. Koetter is a godsend.
Hey, BJ, by the way, before the game, I was on the field. Yes. And I was in the back. I was behind the back of the end zone, and I was, 5 feet from Taylen Green, excuse me, as he's going through his warm-up routine. And the ball does just flick off his wrist, man. And I mean, it's not the prettiest motion you've ever seen. I don't care, though. I'm not a motion guy. Get the ball there and have it look pretty. And Taylen Green slings it. He zips it. And I've always said that. We've all said that since we've seen Taylen Green play. Not a lot of people have got to see Taylen Green throw like the members of the media have, because they let us go to practice and we see all those drills and we say, whoa. And we say the same thing with Vidlac. Wow, he can throw the ball too. But the whole narrative of, hey, Taylen Green's not really a thrower or a passer, I think that's going away a little bit too. I was really impressed. There's Bob Beeler walking by, legend. I was really impressed with the way that the ball flies off his wrist. I'm nowhere close to a quarterback guru, but I mean, I can I can look at something that looks good and say, yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, I've watched enough football to determine that. And Taylen Green certainly has some zip on the ball, and I know you've seen that too, right?
Yeah, Joel has a comment here. Joel, we're going to talk about this later in the week. I kind of wanted to look back, and then we'll look towards BYU more with later in the week. But he says the pass defense, is it elite, or are they just playing bad passing teams? And I think BYU is probably going to be one of the better passing attacks, Johnny, they've faced all season. We'll get into that later. I won't ignore your comment, Joel. We got some other stuff we wanted to get to here. We got about 10 minutes left, so we'll talk about the pass defense. They did give up that one big play, Johnny, which ended up being about half the yards they gave up in the game on the 75-yard play.
I'm going to give Colorado State the credit there instead of blaming Boise State. That was I believe a 2 safety high look initially. And then the safety that was on the side of Tyreek LaBeouf came down. and it made it just a one-on-one play. And I'm not sure what Boise State was looking at there. I'm not sure if Tyreek didn't realize he didn't have safety help. So a lot of times you get confusing back there. This game's tough, man. The schematics are, hey, man, good. Colorado State, they're devising their schemes too. I thought that was just a good play. Colorado State kind of caught Boise and knew on this look that they could get man-to-man coverage on a slant route. And if they protected the quarterback, maybe it would be there. And it was. Now you could go back to Tyreek LaBeouf and say, hey, Tyreek LaBeouf hasn't made a lot of plays since Orlando, the first game of last year. So you could blame Tyreek LaBeouf a little bit there too. I love Tyreek LaBeouf on Twitter after the game. He said something like, I'm sorry, Bronco Nation, that will never happen again. But I just credit Colorado State. That was a good scheme. It was a good idea, and they executed it. Yeah, they made one good play. Yeah.
Which has happened in a couple of these games where you look up and, I think New Mexico had 150 yards and like 60 of them came on one play too. So it seems like it has been a couple big plays, but otherwise Boise State has been dominating. By the way, again, we'll talk about it later in the week, but BYU comes in with the number 55 ranked passing attack. So it is a upper half of the country passing attack, and this will probably be one of their best tests of the season to this point. We are broadcasting, as I said, from the Cutwater Canned Cocktail Studios. Get one of more of their 30 flavors of pre-mixed canned cocktails at your local grocery store or gas station, Johnny. It's Monday morning. We gave away that cornhole set last week. We got a really cool bike we're giving away on Saturday. Make sure you come down and say hello to us at the James pregame and postgame, and you can register to win the cruiser bike that we have from Bud Light Seltzer, I believe. Hey, rowpaint.com. Want to remind you, BNN Twin 23 is the promo code. If you live in Twin Falls, they got some great deals going on right now. They're going to give you 23% off. That's right, 23% off if you use the promo code BNN Twin 23. And they're looking to do some work there in the Twin Falls area this winter. So that's one of the best offers they've ever made, about basically a quarter off your bill. So check them out, rowpaint.com.
Love them.
Get that in there. And again, BNN Twin 23 is the promo code. If you're looking for a new job, how about the truck driver? How about that big rig on the screen, the Amazon truck in your neighborhood? Johnny, I know you're, if the radio business doesn't work out for you, man, I know you're thinking of calling transcomservice.com.
I've been a delivery driver before. It was one of my favorite jobs ever. Drive around and listen to sports talk radio all day. I love that gig.
Well, folks want to drive the big rigs. You may have to get some permits and things. Check them out, transcomservice.com. You won't be disappointed. And, of course, the Blue and Orange Store, free shipping, any order over $40. Check them out. blueandorangestore.com. You get free shipping on a $40 order, or you can check them out in store at theblueandorangestore.com. And Travis Hawks and Matt Bauscher and myself, Johnny, we're going to do a little three-way live basketball season preview show coming up next Wednesday from the Blue and Orange Store. We'll be on location there. Matt Bauscher, the first installment, I guess, of the Matt Bauscher Show, as well as noted BSU basketball front row, fanatic Travis Hawks will be at the Blue and Orange Store next Wednesday.
I'll swing by.
So at 9 a.m. So we'll have a cup of coffee or a donut for you maybe before your show.
I'll swing by. Yeah, that'll be cool, man.
Tomorrow night, man, the exhibition game, the Boise State basketball team kicking things off against Carroll College tomorrow night. How
much does this cost to get in?
Nothing. I was trying to think of some corny joke about my salary or something, but no, I have no. It's free. You don't even need a ticket. Just show up tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, 7:00, Extra Mile Arena. It is free. You don't need a ticket. You don't need to do nothing. You just show up tomorrow night, 7:00 tip-off. You want to see Sada and Ganga. You want to see Mo Silla. You want to see Chibuzo Agbo. You want to see the improvements of Max Rice and all these other guys. Kobe Young, Najee Smith, and by the way, the freshman of the year, Tyson Degenhardt, and guys like Marcus Shaver, they're pretty good too. So free entry, Carroll College, 7:00 tomorrow. Your first look at the 2022-2023, the defending Mountain West champions. What do you? I know we'll both be there courtside. Bronco Nation News will have a pregame show, a postgame show as usual from the arena tomorrow night. But when we're sitting there courtside and you're having your popcorn and we're watching this thing, what are you looking for tomorrow night, man?
Well, this is an exhibition game, correct?
Yep.
So red shirts can play?
Yes.
Okay, there's no restrictions there. You'd expect most of the roster, if they're healthy, maybe they get a little bit of run. It is against an NAIA opponent. What do you look for? I don't know, an ass kicking, but I don't know. I mean, because Carroll is going to be so undermatched physically. I guess I just want to see if the new guys, if they like each other, right? I think that's big with college basketball when you can limit the ego of guys not getting their touches, not getting their shots up, not getting their minutes. I want to see the new guys come and kind of gel with their returners and see how that goes. And plus, I just like basketball. I like how Leon Rice and his staff coaches basketball. I like this basketball program, the direction it's going in. And I have not seen this basketball team play a game since April when they lost to Memphis. I want some. I got a fever. BJ, the only prescription is Leon Rice at a post-game presser cracking jokes. I need it.
I want to see, there's a couple individual guys. As I said, I want to see the newcomers, man. I want to see if Sada Nganga looks like he's ready to actually be a serious contributor, fairly early in the season. I want to see how Chibuzo Agbo fits in as basically your replacement for Abu Kijab. And then I want to see the center position, man. We're hearing a lot about Lucas Milner improving. We're hearing about Mo Silla. I haven't looked at Carroll College's roster. They probably don't have a 7-foot, 250-pound center on their roster. So I get it'll be pretty one-sided in the paint. But I do want to see what those guys look like. The 5 position. I mean, I basically want to see the guys you lost. Emmanuel Akot, Abu Kijab, and the big man, Mladen Armouche. Like, how much are you going to miss them? That's what I want to see. Yeah. Are you similar in talent level to last year, or are you significantly down with the losses of those 3 guys? How do the replacements you've added balance that out? And as a kind of cool side story, I'd like to see at least one possession or one play with both Max Rice and Cade Rice on the floor together. You know what? It's the only time all year it can happen. As you said, the red shirts can play in the exhibition game. Get Cade Rice out there for one shot with his brother passing him the ball or something. Why not?
That'd be fun too. And it's free. Like this, there might be people in this valley who've never had the opportunity to take their 7 kids to a basketball game, right? Well, this is that opportunity. Not only can you take your whole family, you can sit wherever you want, as far as I know. So you can have good seats. You're not sitting way up in the 3rd row balcony of this thing, right? I mean, bring everybody. Grandma, you want to go see a basketball game? Let's go. It's free tonight. Let's come on, Tuesday night. The weather's not horrendous yet. It's not super cold. Whatever the excuse is, it's not Halloween. That's done. Trick-or-treaters. That's over. Like, dude, I want to see a nice little crowd there, and people need to show their appreciation, I guess, for Leon and this program, saying, you know what, and Jeremiah Dickey, like, you come for free. We want you to watch our team. We're willing to think that if you come and watch this for free, you're going to like it so much that maybe you come back. Maybe you buy season tickets. Maybe you give us a donation. This is good business, BJ. I like it.
Can they get, what do you think? Can they get 3,500, 4,000 for an exhibition game? What do you think with the free tickets? Usually this game, if they were selling tickets, would probably be like 2,500 or something, I would think.
I'll go 30. I'll go 3,250. Okay. Nice little lower bowl crowd.
Okay.
Which
is fine, right? It's an exhibition game, but I mean,
college, man. Yeah.
And you're next Wednesday is the first real game. So they had the scrimmage against Oregon last Saturday. This is kind of about sprinkled in the middle here, a tune-up in front of the fans. As Leon Rice always says, it's nice for the players to smell the popcorn and the atmosphere and have to play in front of fans and stuff before the season starts. I don't think the final score is going to do anything for us, but I think some of the individual players and the improvements they made, I think is going to be very interesting. And like you said, it's the first time to celebrate the Mountain West champs.
Over under minutes for Tyson Degenhart. I'm setting the line at 12.5.
Oh, I was going to go like 22.
Okay. Cool.
I think he's not going to play 30.
Play half of each half.
Yeah, I don't think he'll play 35 minutes, but you want to get your best players out there, to get their legs going and play at least a decent amount. So, cool. I think I would say, what do you think about I'm curious. Yeah, the Najee Smiths of the world, those kind of guys. I want to see their improvement. I think that's going to be big this year to see how they're looking. And, that'll be tomorrow night, 9:00, and that is free. That is free tomorrow night. So hopefully we will see everybody down there. Come say hello to Johnny and I. Johnny, I think, is going to waive his autograph fee. So you can come say hello. He'll shake your hand. You're not going to have to pay for that. It's free exhibition for the fans, free autographs as well from John Mallory for this one. So appreciate everybody. I'm just trying to keep a straight face.
BJ, we spend too much time together, man.
We do, man. It's been a good couple of days watching football together and hanging out.
And you're not going to give my mom's soup a shout out?
Oh man, what was it called? What was actually the name of the soup?
It was a bean, pork, and bacon soup.
It was really good. Yeah, I came in and took the last 2 bowls and finished it off. It was great. It was awesome soup. Love Patsy. Love Cher. Appreciate you guys letting me hang out on a Sunday afternoon when I'm here in Boise by myself. It was a fun day yesterday at the Mallory house. But we'll be seeing you tomorrow night again down at Texture Mile Arena. Free admission. Hope to see a lot of you there. Someone's asking if you've been working on your free throw shooting, by the way.
No, I still suck.
And 3 to 6, listen today, Johnny and JP and the crew. Prater, they'll be 3 to 6. Idaho Sports Talk. We got the pressers today, so they'll be all over that, playing the clips and stuff with Avalos and company. And Jay Tussin, I'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. So have a great day. Subscribe to the 95.3 The Ticket YouTube channel as well as Bronco Nation News. And we will talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.